Hey guys, I'm gonna have to move areas because my they have class here. In the room I'm using. So just give me a second and I'll switch areas. Okay. Dani, ¿dónde va a estar acá? Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs. Just give me a sec. Puedo tener la reunión allá y después me muevo antes de que empieces tú, que van a hacer clases de gimnasio arriba. Pero me muevo cuando tengáis que... Ya. Okay. Okay. Let's see, connect the internet here. Yeah. Hey guys. So what John said. Also, John will be recording this session because we did not record the last one. So just to have all you guys present, I think maybe some guys are going to be a bit late, but we'll go ahead and start the presentation. Can you guys let me know if you see the presentation right now? If everybody sees it, we can start. Okay. Also, I might be getting a call from dispatch because they're bringing some stuff into the house, and I might get a phone call. If we do, I'll just mute myself really fast and tell somebody to go get it. Okay. That's the only thing I had to say. Well, for the people that I think some of you guys were here in the meeting at 4, but also for the people that don't know me, I'm Nick Division. I'm the build team manager, and I'm basically in charge of the regional build team leaders. The meeting, before I start, what we did in the first meeting, basically I kind of went ahead and talked about all the important points I think we need to get across. And then obviously, if there is something like when I'm presenting, John or somebody from the staff can let me know if somebody just really has to get a point across or a question that is important. And I'll stop the presentation and then we can kind of get to that point. But the main idea is for me to be able to kind of get all the points across. So what we'll be talking about today in the discussion, this meeting, is kind of the current situation of what happened this Sunday and kind of what situation we are in right now. The communication between our staff of BTE and then the build teams, you guys. Better way to advertise. There's a couple of points I'd like to mention about that, and then also the website, and then future decisions that will kind of take place and to help you guys out a bit. Also remember that English is not my first language, so sometimes I might forget a couple words and just kind of be a bit patient on that. So basically, the situation that unfolded on Sunday, I wasn't around, and we had to kind of one of our RBTLs had to kind of take charge in it, and most of some of the decisions that were made kind of were things that we were working on with the admins and myself. So basically, yeah, to just let you guys know how basically the kind of how the situation went a bit, and to let you know, obviously, that decisions that are made don't really go really that fast, in the sense that usually we study situations happening, and that kind of brings us to, in the communication sense, what was made of this this server that was the owner build server that we have right now is kind of we were studying the possibility of seeing how the RBTLs were, the regional build team leads were managing their positions with you guys, and then if those positions were well made, we were going to make Discord servers for each region. So basically not have a huge Discord with all the leaders, but have them be with their regional leaders, obviously. But because due to the situation we are in right now, we're gonna study how this goes, and kind of see if this plan pans out well. If it goes well, all in all, then we'll keep it. But if it starts being unorganized, then I think that could happen. We will go back to the original plan, which was to have like discords for regions instead of just one big owner server. But given what has happened, and the situation we are in right now, this could actually be a better solution. But we'll be seeing throughout the weeks if that is the decision, the way we're gonna go. There's a lot of points about considering the advertised route. This was said by one of the admins, and it's I want to kind of get this across, so I just put exactly what he said. And it's if a YouTuber or an influencer contacts or reaches out to you guys, to an individual build team or anything like that, and wants to work with you, if you want or you wish the help and the support and taking advantage of the situation to the highest extent possible, you guys can contact us for support and help. We don't want to be stoppers. We don't want you guys to feel like we're not there to help you. So we're going from stoppers to enablers, and then that way we can help you guys if you want, obviously, to receive all the help that we can give you as a community, and have the backup of BTE with you guys. So that's kind of one way. And then there's also going to be a guide package for build teams that one of the RBTLs is working on, Chris stressed, and he is basically setting up a guide that will address all ways and methods in which you guys can grow your build team and also your Discord server. A guide to format an efficient application page for your build team, a YouTube guide as well, just if you don't have you want to set up a YouTube platform but you don't know how to. This is kind of give you the walkthrough on how to help you out and how to set it up so that it works the best way possible. Also a social media guide, just like if you want to have for your build team an Instagram, a Twitter, or something like that. It's all going to be detailed in this document to kind of help you out. Chris Stress is as well as being one of the RBTLs, he's kind of in charge of a PR area, which is all about advertisement, and this is kind of what he does. So it's going to be a great addition to you guys to kind of help you out as a build team. There's also, obviously, like I mentioned, a Discord guide as well, just to show you all that Discord can do and how it can help you out as a build team. And as well as I mentioned before, if influencer YouTube contacts you, you can ask for our help if you want. There's this the other part of what happens is that we would have a Google document that comes in this guide package of where guys can show off your builds if an influencer is interested in showcasing builds in a BT related video, but if they contact us first. So obviously when they contact us, what we would do is kind of try to advertise you guys as build teams to showcase what you've done, and then this way you advertise your own teams. So it's kind of a vice versa. If you guys want our help, so when somebody contacts you, then you have all the backup of BT, to help you out and all of that to get it to the most extent possible. But as well, if they do contact us first, we'd like you to know that we would contact you guys if you're interested in kind of showing what you've been doing and to advertise your build teams. Another thing that was mentioned in the manifesto, I think it's called, that we got, obviously the idea and the joke about the no IP kind of started out in the beginning, when we were like 20,000 people. But obviously right now build teams are a thing, and you guys do have your own servers, and obviously we're going to try to stop that joke going around that there's no IP, because then people kind of get unmotivated, or they don't join in because they think it's fake or whatever. And to do this, obviously, first get rid of that and kind of talk to staff to not do this kind of jokes. And to do this as well, what we're thinking is give you guys as leaders a role in the main official BTE, either we build leader or build team leader, something that goes along those lines, to kind of just give you guys validity of who you are and who your teams are, so that normal people that are on the BT official Discord kind of don't feel like you're lying to them about joining something that might not be BTE or whatever, or something like that. But these do come with requirements. So the requirements is kind of like you guys as the leader, you would have to upload the map file, weekly, so that we can, have a how do you say this, progress, a weekly progress, just for us to have it there in the website that you guys are building, and this way you guys can maintain the validity of your group, of your build team. And then this way, obviously, that would let us know how you guys are doing, if you're doing fine. Obviously, it's you might be making a building and you haven't finished, but that's fine. You can still like upload the map file, and that'll just show us progress. And this kind of gives the idea, that they were talking, or you guys were talking these past few days about, this being a long haul project, but there should also be like shorter, goals and stuff like that to keep motivation going for your build teams. And I think this could be like a way for you guys to be able to accomplish this. And yeah, so that's kind of what is going to be done. And a question did come up when we were doing the meeting at the beginning, which was, sometimes you have a build team leader, but build teams do have like 4 founders or two co-owners and stuff like that. So that's something that is going to be, I'm going to be talking with the admins to kind of see how we'll give the roles out, and then trying to help you guys out the most, and obviously, so that you can fill the requirements. Then again, talking more about the website, and this point comes out because the builder rules that were kind of, because this also came up in suggestions, the process for your teammates to get builder rules changed when we did this, the website, and when we did create build teams. If we kind of gave you the power to choose, who is going to be a builder for your team, because if we didn't do this, then we would have to be doing it like we were doing it at solo building, where we would ask you to send in the information, like if you're a good builder or not, and then our review team would check if you met the guidelines. But by doing this, still it would mean that BTE is choosing who you have to build with, but we don't want to do that. We want you guys to be able to take control, kind of, in who you want to build with. Not about who we think is good enough to build with you. It's more about who you choose as a team, and that's why this is the way that we decided to go through, and why you guys are having to check applications and giving them the roles, because it's more about your team, your build team, and it's how you feel comfortable building with it. We don't want to have to tell you what you have to do or stuff like that. So I think it's a better opportunity for you guys to be able to have this than for us to just be throwing like all the information in. Then also the reason, and I kind of went through this, and I wrote it out in the other day about the land expansion and why we asked for photos. This kind of is because we want proof that you guys are building in an area, because even though you ask for an area, it doesn't mean that region is all yours at the moment. It means that you're building in that area, and for you guys to claim different spots, different locations that you're not really building, is kind of unfair to people that want to build solo, or our private build team that just kind of want to build their school or their house, or like little areas that they want to build. If that location is taken and you guys aren't really building in that area, it could be taken for months or for years, and you never actually built there. So that's why we asked for the photos, to just kind of prove that you guys are really there. And then also, that's kind of how things are right now. But then in another slide, I'll talk about a couple of things that are being implemented that could kind of fix this problem for for the larger teams, which are like 200 builders or 100 builders and stuff like that. Yeah, it's actually here. So this is kind of what we're talking about, for the future. These two things are, I don't know if Joseph is here, but I'll first speak them out. It's kind of more technical, and I don't really manage technicalities. But for the first feature, it's an API for uploading world files to the master save from a dedicated server. Aaron, which is also Sasawa, he's a web developer, says Bash script can then be used to communicate with the server, and it can be run straight from an SSH screen. The other thing is separating build teams and build server. So this is kind of what solo build means. I know. Give me 1 second here. So solo build doesn't really pertain to you guys because you guys are a build team, but basically for solo builds is small towns and just like teams of 2 people or 1 person, and they apply for location on the website, get approved, and then they build in single player world, and then it's sent to the website, right? For build teams, it's you apply to join the build team on the website. You guys already got accepted, so it's not that. But you build on the build team server, and then the build team owner or leader has to send in the map, the world to the website. The server build is kind of for both. It's you build on a multiplayer server, and then you're responsible for your quality and your expansions, but the server owner uploads the world. And this is kind of different because it kind of gives bigger. This is kind of for the idea for the bigger build teams where you're over, for example, for the Italy build team, the France build team, the Iberia build team, those guys are much larger, and this kind of sets up the sorry, it sets up the plan that you can't really check if there's 1 person building in a location. So with the server build, it takes up a bigger area, and then when one person or a smaller team applies to that area, it's checked that the location on the website isn't used, and if it is, then the server owner they talk directly to the server owner, and that the server owner adds you into his server. So this way you're building in another person's server as well, which is kind of better for single people. And then after you build on the server, the one that takes kind of in charge of it is the server owner, and then they upload the world to the website. So I think that's kind of one of the solutions that could be good. And also the last point I was going to talk about, it's the website right now isn't the most comfortable place for you guys to to see applications and to see different things. So I'm really sorry. 1 second. So my idea right now is for you guys, to help you out in that area, and it's not going to be right now, but because I have to work and see all your all your suggestions and all things that could be applied. So it's something that I'll be working on to kind of help build teams and help you guys have the website a bit better and more comfortable. I'll be taking questions now, and and if you guys have any questions, we can see them in the discussion for the meeting, and I'll just read them now. Okay. Yeah, I'll read them in a second. So when you guys give them when they join the website and they join your build team, they're automatically, I think, or you guys give them the we build role. So that's kind of how it's going now, and it's not about us. They don't have to apply as singular builders anymore. Sorry, but the area gets claimed by the build team, yeah. And Zebra, if a build team. Okay, so I don't think you were you. I don't know if you were here in the first meeting, but Team Canada, for example, is one of the bigger build teams, and that build team would be kind of considered into. Oh, it got answered. Okay. Oh no, that's something else. No, sorry. It kind of it's kind of considering into kind of the idea of a build server instead of a build team, since it's bigger. So that kind of would help you guys out in the sense of, but it is something that is being worked on by Joseph and by the web developer Xisao, or Aaron, and Yeah, so it wouldn't be kind of a limited claim. I don't know if that answers the question. I will send the PowerPoint file after the presentation. I did say that I would. It's going to be in announcements, and then obviously the recording, if it's being recorded, like I asked, I'll also have that in. I'd also kind of what I said at the in the other meeting. This meeting went a lot faster, I think. But what I wanted to get across that I said in the last few minutes of the meeting, it's that we're thankful for you guys for taking the how do you say this word, for taking the initiative of becoming leaders of in the administrative area of becoming a leader of a build team, because it's not, and some people join build teams and other people have to lead them, and then we're really thankful for you guys to take in charge in that, and then for you guys to know that that's why this is a community project, and even though that we are BTE, you have our support, and then that's why it's important for communication, and for a lot of the points to get through, and that's why I ask, like, if many other things that do go through. We want your points of view, and we want your ideas and your suggestions and all of that, and that really goes into what we do, because we obviously have plans and that we're carrying through, but it's also important to see the point of view from you guys. Yeah, he did kind of miss the whole presentation. But yeah, Arctic, don't worry, because it's being recorded, I think, and also I have the presentation, so I can I can upload it later. Any more questions? The Holocaust Memorial is a build team that I'm not in charge of. All memorials that are kind of have to be how do you say correct, and the most respectful, and all of that is being done by other members of BTE that are kind of taking charge on that, because it's it's a PR project, specifically him. So it's not something that I'm in charge of. Any more questions that I can answer? Kind of went really fast. The other meeting lasted like an hour or so, but I'm glad it's kind of getting everything through. Yeah, of course, and I didn't expect it to go this fast, but if you do have any more questions, I'm glad to answer them. And then obviously most of your teams, if they were already present at 4, they know more into what went through. And I'll be writing up a document about all the questions that came up, and then just answering them, so that even the people that weren't present, build team leaders that weren't present, they can get most of the information out, and all of that. But just I know it's this is IEU. No, but there's others. But yeah, just kind of, obviously it's good for us, like what you said. I mean that we're making the effort to make this work, but then this is a community, so we also need you guys' effort to work, and I think that's what's important. How our build teams disbanded. Okay, so if they did merge, I just need to talk with the leader that merged with you guys, and then I'll merge them together with you, or I'll delete it if it still exists on the list. So that's no problem. I can manually merge the team, so they don't actually have to leave your team. I mean their team to join yours, and then the claims also get joined in. Okay. Let me see. So yeah. Okay, so the idea. Oh wait, sorry.
Nick, do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah, so basically the idea is for the really large build teams, well, currently build teams, who are kind of more operating as build servers. So kind of you're offering a server for individuals and small groups to kind of build lots of different places in a country, for example, Canada in your case. And the idea is that those small teams or individuals will be able to register their own small team or solo build claim on the website, and then they will say, "I'm building this on the say Canada server," and that would mean that their claim would be linked to your server. That would mean that as the server owner, you would be expected to upload their world once they're finished, but they will be responsible for building it, if that makes sense, and that will be their area. And the review team will review that for them, I believe, although that's not confirmed that part. So that's kind of the idea there. And your area would be, if you're building a country, that's quite easy. It is your country. Some places are doing a group of countries. That would kind of be your area as such. Does that answer your question? It wouldn't give you control, like any absolute control. There could still be other servers which cover your parts of your area as well, if that makes sense. But it would sort of give you control over the people building in your area. You'd be able to choose which people build, but obviously it would still be their plot, and they'd have to get their world download if you decide that you no longer want them building on your server. Yeah, what kind of John puts it quite well. It's a massive build team of smaller teams and individuals.
Okay. There are plans to revamp.
I have no clue what Aaron will do. That'll be down to the web developer, I think, what he wants to do with that. But I think a server of kind of build team locations would probably be quite useful. So I'll suggest that to him.
Are there any other questions that you guys want to ask? If they are in Spanish or you just don't know how to write it in English, I can also answer them. But yeah, any questions out there I can answer, and if not, that kind of was the presentation. So I hope it was a useful presentation. So when you finish when the day comes that you finish your project, since you guys will be uploading, weekly, your map files, when it does come that you guys finish, you'll just have to upload the last map file and then just choose your next location if you guys want to choose it. And obviously you'll be given the credits in the final project. But obviously, to the day that everything is finished, it's a lot of days and a lot of months and years. So obviously, I can't really tell you, when the whole project is done, But I hope that kind of answers, the process of what will happen for when you finish your project. I see. 100% rating. Okay. Any more questions or anything? If not, we can leave the meeting up to here. I'll be still connected to the audio, and if anybody has any questions, I'll be around until 9. Sorry, that's my time. So yeah, thank you very much for joining, and that's pretty much it. And I thank you also for being here and for coming. Yeah, the meeting was a lot quicker. The other one was, it was an hour, but things happen.